All right, my name is Robert Newman. I am a real estate marketing expert located in California, and this blog post in this video is comparing ActiveRain and WordPress as real estate blogging platforms. So let's be clear first and foremost. What do I mean by real estate blogging platforms? So if you're a real estate agent or professional and you want to market yourself online, there is a lot of information available that says that you should be blogging. What that information very rarely does is identify for you where you should be blogging at, or what the benefits of individual platforms might or might not be. So in this particular case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare WordPress as a blogging platform for real estate and ActiveRain, which is a blogging platform for realtors specifically. ActiveRain is a blogging platform that is specific to realtors and people in the real estate profession, like real estate brokers, and in my case, an online marketing expert that specializes in real estate. And it is primarily a blogging platform. It does do quite a few other things, which I'm going to cover in a little bit, but we're going to start off with the blogging platform bit. So this is my blog. You can see I have some blog posts. I've got stats on these blog posts. I've had 11,889 views, and I haven't been on the platform for a year. Compare that with my my WordPress blog. Which has had 20. So a view is not a unique visitor. It's just how many times it's like how many times have people viewed it. So technically for my WordPress blog, if you're looking at views as the statistics, I've had 32,000 views in roughly the same time frame. Here's my WordPress blog. WordPress is the largest blogging platform in the world. Okay, that's how it started. It started, I don't know, whatever, 10, 15 years ago. And currently, 20% of the websites that you find on the internet are powered by WordPress. And what does that mean? WordPress is a content management system. That is just a way of saying it organizes information that you want to present to the web. All right, so this is the back end of my WordPress website. And so if I want to see the pages that I've produced, they're here. If I want to see the blog posts I've produced, they're here. And that's what WordPress does, is it manages the information that you're presenting to the world at large. So what you were seeing in the back end was my dashboard. This is the blog itself, like the public-facing side of the blog. You can see that there's a significant visual difference between the two. ActiveRain is much simpler. I think at this point it's important to mention that even though the title of the blog post and some of my previous posts probably makes it seem like I'm comparing the two, and what I'm really doing is kind of educating you on the differences between the two, and it's a very narrow distinction. And the reason that I don't like to use language that says that I'm comparing the two is because each one of these platforms really does they perform a very different function in my online marketing strategy. Saying that one is better than the other would only be applicable if I understood what all my viewers were trying to accomplish. So ActiveRain is for real estate agents that want to save time, money, connect with other real estate agents in other states, perhaps create really valuable backlinks to their to another website, which is an SEO strategy. And that's mostly what I use ActiveRain for. Learning very basic, or sometimes in rare cases very advanced, old school and new school marketing strategies. Old school being like pre-digital, like pre-online, anything. And there's still people that talk about using newspapers and flyers and mailers and all the many other marketing strategies that you can apply as a real estate professional in order to generate business, all on ActiveRain. In addition, ActiveRain has Q&As where you can ask questions of other realtors. You can see how other realtors specifically have reviewed products. When I get ready to review something, one of the very first places I check is ActiveRain. The blogs, they do get traffic, but it's almost like a handshake between you and these other professionals. So the business that I know that's been generated on ActiveRain is mostly referral business. In other words, you get on ActiveRain, you blog for a while, and people that may have a client moving from, let's call it Buffalo, Wyoming, into where I'm at in California, the people, like a real estate agent is gonna contact somebody that they know through ActiveRain and refer that person to them. Now, I've heard from probably 50 or 60 agents at a minimum that their ActiveRain blog has paid them many dividends in terms of referrals. Like most of the people that I talk to say that ActiveRain produces 2 to 3 deals per year for them. Now, for a real estate broker, this is probably a very minimalistic platform. Things that you could use it for, but it should mostly be to promote your primary broker. That would be a very smart idea. Now, WordPress is, let's talk about WordPress for a second. So it also differs greatly from ActiveRain. Now, you can own your WordPress website. You cannot do that. You don't own anything on ActiveRain. It's just you have a little portal, you have a little blog, and that's it. With WordPress, which is much better to build a real estate website on, like this is a real estate website that is built on top of WordPress. WordPress has the ability through plugins, because WordPress powers 20% of the entire internet, which is a very large percentage of the internet. So WordPress is a very, not only do you own it, which is extremely important. One of the many things that WordPress would do is have a blog on it. So it's a blogging platform, which is the purpose of this entire review. So this is an example of a blog post. Oops, sorry. On a client website. And you can see here, there are properties and searches that can be done as part of this blog post. Okay, and once these searches are done, somewhere in that process, you can request somebody's information, and that turns into a lead, which is the whole purpose, I think, in terms of it is a big objective for many people considering, do they want to learn blogging, or what platform is better for blogging? And the answer still is, what do you want to do? If you're trying to generate leads, you can generate hundreds or thousands of leads off a WordPress site, and I have clients that have done that. And as I've already said, most of the Rainers that I talk to generate 2 or 3 transactions a year off ActiveRain. Does that mean that WordPress is better than ActiveRain? It depends on what you're using them for. If you want to generate really high value backlinks for your real estate website, like this site, then you would absolutely want to have an ActiveRain membership and blog. Okay. So this is like an analytics page from my website, inboundrem.com. And what I've asked is, who are the top pages that refer to my page? So I do have Shareaholic, which is obviously a really, really strong referral to my site. I have a client that's referred to me. Actually, I don't know that this is a client. Anyway, I have a real estate blog that's referred to me, and this is a very strong backlink. And then when you start seeing just a little bit under this, do you see what this UR is? And these scores 0 to 100 is the scoring metric. So 0 is the worst, 100 is the best. So 13 from ActiveRain. And then when you start looking, there's another ActiveRain. And if you go down here, you'll see plenty of other ActiveRains. So ActiveRain is a huge, huge boost for my website. The way that Google views other websites that link to you is they do look at what industry or niche they're in. And since ActiveRain is a real estate only blogging platform and you are a real estate professional, any link that comes into them from them is going to be a great link. Now, fortunately for you as a real estate professional, a lot of lifestyle links like restaurants linking to you and other businesses like that, they all will be valuable. But honestly, Google hasn't figured out how to identify what lifestyles will work best for you unless you're clearly saying, like, I'm a luxury real estate agent, something like that. However, it's easy for them to say, oh, you're in real estate, ActiveRain is a real estate blogging platform, you're getting this referral from them, and we're automatically not only going to give it a high score, we're going to have a high relevancy, which is a score that they don't show you, but it exists. And the more relevant the referral to your site is, in other words, is it another professional? Do they also have a very highly or well-regarded website? Are they referring to you? If the answer to all these things is yes, guess what? That referral counts for a lot more than other referrals that you're going to get, that maybe even from bigger websites, even maybe from more established websites. So what's the value of ActiveRain? Well, if you're trying to market another web properties that is in the real estate business, ActiveRain is a must-have, in my opinion. It is absolutely something that you should use, and each time that you post a blog post on your primary WordPress real estate site, you want to do a support article that is related to that post, where you link to that post and give yourself the power of that referral, which is what I do. So saying that these two, but let's say, for instance, that you're a brand new blogger and all you want to do is learn how to blog. Okay, let's pretend that's your circumstance. Which one of these would you go towards? Well, WordPress has two different versions. This is a WordPress website, which is a WordPress.com site. There's also something called a WordPress.org site. WordPress.org is very similar to ActiveRain. Without a unique domain name, you can download a theme. It'll come through with your name .wordpress.org, and you can start a blog tomorrow. Very similar is the same way that you could do with Blogspot or any other number of other what are called Web 2.0 properties. And that's just a really fancy way of saying there are very big organizations that make starting your own blog point and click. Couple minutes, you're off to the races. They will always own the blog. They'll own the traffic from the blog. I don't think there's very much benefit in doing it. If you're going to do a WordPress.org blog, you should probably just do an ActiveRain blog instead. And I think ultimately that would be my advice. If you're a brand new agent who has never blogged before and you're just trying to figure out, like you're worried about writing your first few blog posts, that is your concern. You're not concerned about SEO or 5 years down the line or getting hundreds of thousands of leads. All you are concerned about is writing your first couple of blog posts. If that's where you're at, then ActiveRain is the answer. You have lots of other real estate agents. You could even make your very first blog post, hey, I'm new to ActiveRain. Can anybody give me some tips on writing my first blog post? And I think you will be stunned, because one of the things that ActiveRain does that's really cool is the very first couple of blog posts that you do, they put them in a special section of the website that talks to everybody out there. So you'll discover that your first couple of blog posts is going to be read by tons and tons of people. And if you ask for help, for instance, you're going to find lots of realtors who've been blogging for years, really freely giving you advice on how to blog. So if your situation is, I'm brand new to blogging, I don't know what to do, get a free membership at ActiveRain. By the way, ActiveRain has two different types of memberships. The one that allows you to link back to your site and build up some SEO value is $199 a year. In terms of creating valuable backlinks back to your website, as long as you're going to use it, like I've created like 30 blog posts this year, and 6 or 7 of them are already my top referring content. Most of the time, if I want to buy a decent position someplace else, I have to spend a minimum of $100. Minimum. I could spend a lot more, and in certain cases, I would consider it. So when you start talking about value, ActiveRain is pretty much the most valuable thing that you can do in terms of building up another real estate related website. So yeah, let's talk about the exact opposite situation for a second. Let's say that you're a real estate broker and you are looking for a solution long-term to lead generation. And you're considering, like, let's say you've been with one of the pay-for-play sites like Real Geeks or Boomtown or Zerple or any of those many other platforms. So I cannot emphasize enough to you how strongly I recommend building your own template. It really depends on budget and time. Okay. So this is like what's called a custom real estate brokerage site that I've built for somebody. The theory here is easy. I mean, as a broker, at some point, if you've passed the basic requirement of surviving in the real estate business, and now the question is, how do you go from being a small brokerage to a big brokerage? There is no doubt that you need to up your online marketing game. It's an absolute 100% requirement if you want to grow past a certain point and not spend $10,000 to $20,000 a month in direct advertising. And the solution is WordPress. And yes, this relates directly to blogging, because that's going to be how you drive most of your new traffic and most of your new business long term. It's not an immediate solution. It's probably something that has confused you and you've put off, but maybe you now have enough information to understand that you should look at a solution. Well, the solution, the best one in the business, is WordPress, and what you'd be doing with ActiveRain is hiring a professional blogger to do support blogs for you, and probably hiring a marketing company to do the blogs for you on your primary website, and basically taking advantage of the power of ActiveRain. And it's very easy to creatively support the blog posts on your primary site and still be a very highly contributing member to the ActiveRain community. You can even be point blank about it and say, this is an example of a website or post that I'm doing for my primary site, and I'm a broker, and this is going to help that post rank for a major keyword. Anything that people can learn from an ActiveRain, they're going to come through, they're going to comment, they're going to like it. That's going to make the post more valuable in the eyes of Google, which in turn increases the value of the referral that you're getting from it. So it's a beautiful circle, and it's definitely, I think these two sites, in the case of a brokerage, they work hand in hand. There is no saying one is better than the other. Again, it's just what are you using them for. And last but not least, the best site that for a broker or an agent in terms of reviewing new products and services or asking random real estate questions that you just need help with is ActiveRain. So in my opinion, to summarize, to close down and summarize this video, I think that both these platforms, WordPress and ActiveRain, are so different. There really is no comparison. I think they're both extremely valuable. For brand new bloggers wanting to learn how to blog, ActiveRain is a good solution. For anybody that's established in the real estate business, whether it's an agent or a broker, and you're trying to do long-term online digital marketing, then the answer actually is you need to use a combination of these two sites. You need to have a WordPress site that you own that is real estate related, that's set up the right way, and then you need to have a ActiveRain blog that supports it, because it's the best value in the business in terms of enhancing the WordPress blog posts that you do. All right, so I hope you've appreciated this comparison between the two platforms, WordPress versus ActiveRain, and I appreciate you tuning in.